I'd rather be hated for what I am than loved for what I'm not. You know, I don't have media training and all that stuff. I'm here to express myself. I'm just passionate.
I just wanted to talk a little bit before I head into the school. I really ain't got much to do today, but at the same time, I do got work to do. I've been just in the car for about a good hour reading my word and just meditating on God's scriptures and receiving the revelation and receiving, like, not just receiving the scriptures, but receiving that this is a word for me. You want a word from God, because we always want to talk about I need a word, I need a word, I need a word. And we think that the word only comes from a pastor, which we don't even need to think that. I don't even know why we think that. But when I'm watching a sermon or something, I'm expecting a word, of course, because that's the reason why I came to watch this sermon or to even go to churches, because I want a word. But then it's like, also, you got to remember, they're getting their word from God through the scriptures. So you can get your word from God through the scriptures as well. And so with that being said, I just been sitting here doing all that, y'all. Y'all gonna have to see me from this angle. So if y'all see neck, that's neither here nor there, y'all. Y'all tell me why last week, ooh, my eye, I was backing into, you know, a parking spot, trying to do a little backy, girl, trying to do a little backy parking, and there was another car that was next to me, and her car was like, the way her car was set up was, it wasn't even fully in the parking spot. Like, it was slanted over to the side a little bit. And so I was backing into the parking spot, trying to do me a little reverse, girl. And I end up like scratching, you know, the paint, because my rear view mirror ended up scratching the paint off her car a little bit, like a little scratch. And honestly, it probably made an indent too. I don't know if that indent was already there or I made that indent, but neither here nor there, right? So I'm like, oh, I went to go look, because first I'm really looking at my car, trying to see what's going on with that bad boy. So then I'm like, okay, nothing wrong over here, but let me see what's going on over there. And so she had like the little scratch. So I'm like, oh my God, Lord have mercy on me, have mercy on me, have mercy. Because I really didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with it. So I went ahead and moved my car. I went and moved my car to another spot, because I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. So I moved my car to other spot. But you know, of course, me, I can't just let certain things slide. For me, it's like, I'm going to think about that. I just have to be at peace with everything, because I don't want nothing hindering anything. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the right thing to do is to like get the girl information, let her know what's going on. Mind you, it was raining this day, so I couldn't write a note, and I didn't want to write a note. Honestly, I did not want to tell her nothing about it. I just want to go on about my business, because I'm like, I'm thinking about all the other added factors, but my mind just couldn't. And I was just saying, have mercy, have mercy, have mercy, because I'm like, okay, God, like, let me slide this one time. No matter what that girl got going on, he is just, and you was the one in the wrong, right? You need to make this situation right. And so I was like, oh, like, I didn't want to do it for real. So then I go the next day, right? And it's sunny outside, and I'm just thinking about it as I go to church, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and send her a little note, put it on her window shield, and you know, hopefully she reads it and stuff like that, and let her know, because I need to get it off my chest. This has a lot to do with me, and that might sound so selfish, but it's not. Like, you want to always be in right standing with the Lord. And I think, like, for me, like, I have a lot of fear of the Lord, that even a situation that may seem small, because honestly, if you look at the world would just be like, girl, move on about it. Like, she ain't there, she wasn't there to witness it, so just move on. But for me, it's like I can't do that. It's integrity for me. It's like the integral part of it. It's like do what's right, especially because there's no eyes looking at you right now. It's just you, this car, and God. And that's another thing. That was what the Lord pointed out to me. It's what you do in and when nobody's looking. It's what you do when there's no eyes on you that matters, because there's always eyes on you. It might not be from the public, but God is always watching. And I said, God knows my situation. He knows what I'm going through. As much as I don't want to deal with nothing, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with it, girl. I'm like, God knows my situation, and he gonna pull me out. He gonna pull me out of it. He gonna pull me, you know, through it. So I sent her that note, child, and I've been looking to see if she read it, and she has not read it yet. Today is Monday, and it's like she hasn't left her house because her car is the way that it was when I scratched it. And so I'm just like, girl, I need for you to hurry up and look at it so I can see what you gonna do, right? It was so crazy. It was just so much stuff going on through that head, girl. I'm like, you reap what you sow. I'm like, God is just. I'm like, be integral. And that's when you know that God is doing a work in you. That's when you know you are not the same as what you used to be. Because the old me would have probably left, went on about my business and left. I would want somebody to let me know and then let me decide what I want to do with it. Late night sesh, I do say so myself. It's cold out here. Oh my gosh. Girl, if you going to school, it better be, look, if you going to school, it better be worth it. Because this ain't for the weak. This is not for the flimsy. This is not for the fragile. This is not, where is my car? Oh my gosh. Woo. This is not for the frail. And it better be worth it, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's cold out here. Like, winter done hit us. Oh my gosh, Georgia. Georgia, you ain't never act like this before. Georgia has not acted like this in a minute. So for it to be acting up like this, I am very, very shocked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It is cold. Girl, at this point, the two spots you gonna see me is in this car and in that apartment, girl. Them is the two places you gonna see me the most, cause that's when I can really chit-chat it with y'all and really talk, you know, cause not even really in the apartment. Once I get home, I really don't have much to say. I be so out of it, want to be in my own little zone, my own little thing. I gotta go to the gym. So while I'm trying to park and talk, we gonna drive and talk. So what was I talking about? I was talking about something. I don't even know what I was talking about. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to go to the gym. Girl, to kill that 30 minutes, girl, you put you on a good show. Either I'm gonna watch me some YouTube, I'm gonna find something on Netflix. I don't really watch TV like that. And I say that I wanna get into, every single time I feel like I want to watch something, it just never happens, because I really do not watch shows. I think because I watched shows so much growing up, like so much. I was at that TV and I was sitting in front of that TV. I was watching something. I was watching lots of, I had no business watching. I was watching lots of, I had no business watching. Cause why you 5 watching 106 in Park? Why you 7 watching Jersey Shore? Why you 7 on MTV? Like, that's, you know, that was me though, for real. And so that being said, it's like I really don't all my Showtime has really just left me. I don't have room for Showtime anymore, and of course I'm just busier now, but a lot of times I be wanting to watch me a good show, and even my attention span is terrible. And I don't need to say that because I don't want to speak that, you know, but my attention span is not really that good. So I'm trying to get that back in order. I'm trying to focus. Yeah, because you think that you're going to, but you're not. So yeah, I'm trying to focus more now. I could watch something for about a good 5 minutes. I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna scroll on that phone. Then I'll play it, pause it again for another 5 minutes, then scroll. Then at that point I'm like, man, bump it. Like, I just don't even want to watch it. But I just feel like because you gotta sit there and focus on it for a long time, girl, it's a mess. The best you could get from me is a good Lion King, a good classic. The best you can get from me is a good Cheetah Girl. We could do Cheetah Girl 1, 2, and 3, girl. The best you can get from me is them, okay? The best you can get from me is a good Soul. The best you can get from me is a good It Was Once in Kanto. Like, the best you can get from me is them Disney shows, girl. Them Disney movies, not even shows, but movies. And on top of that, old movies. The best you can get from me is Honey. Y'all know the like, I'm really that. I'm not into the latest. I'm very, like, when it comes to stuff like that, I like the old school stuff. And a lot of the old school stuff, it gotta be stuff like, and when I think about it, it's giving a lot of, like, I wouldn't say musicals, but a lot of just, I don't know, urban edge. Like, even Cheetah Girls was just very urban. It was in New York. Like, I'm just into that. Documentaries. When I talk about documentaries, I'm talking about the Biggie documentary. I like the Biggie documentaries, the Tupac documentaries. I like the old stuff, you know, people that done died and they was iconic, you know. I watched the Kanye. Did I watch Kanye? I need to watch. Girl, okay, I could do that. But, you know, I like stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I'm very into, like, even the filming of the documentaries, like the old time filmings, the old time how they try. So yeah, with that being said, girl, your girl don't watch a lot of shows. No, I did not just wake up. I'm actually about to relax for a little bit. This is the first time this week that I have been able to fully just relax in the bed for a little while before I do something else, y'all. I got done with class around 3:30, finished class. I said, you know what, I'm going back to home and I'm gonna lay in this bed for a little bit and relax, because this whole week my days have been long. Let's talk about it. So I'm heading back home, right? I got a speeding ticket like probably like 2 months ago, like in September. It's November now. I had to go to court today because I had got a super speeder. Yeah, so we head up in there, and girl, I've been praying about this for a minute now. Like, ever since I actually got the ticket, girl, was praying about it, asking God for favor. Have mercy on me, Lord. Like, I know I was in the wrong, regardless I was speeding, but I was like, Lord, like, let favor be my portion. And so been praying about it. I really wasn't worried about the speeding ticket, honestly. But you know, these super speeders are very expensive. They can cost a lot of money. You know, you can get points taken off, you know, your driver's license, so, you know, to take all that into account. And it's, oh, God is so good, girl. He's so good. He's something. He came through. So nobody can tell me that God is not real, because nobody can tell you that God not real. You can't tell me it. You can't tell me it. So go in. First of all, the whole court, it was a lot of us in there. We was all in there for the same reasons, and the whole court received favor, right? So he went ahead. I think his name, he's the prosecutor, prosecutor. Yes, I think so. Something like that. Something with a P. So he said, you know, he dropped everybody's, you know, charge to like 10. He reduced everybody's speed limit to like 10. So say if you was speeding 85, you know, he dropped it down to 75. He was saying how when you go up there, you can plead guilty, plead not guilty, da 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 da. Right? So basically I was going 93. So if I drop down, if he dropped me down 10, it's 83, and so that's still over the speed limit. So I went up there, and you know, she said, you know, you want to plead guilty, not guilty, lady, sweet little lady, you know. And I said, you know, let me speak to you in private. Girl, I went, so we was like a distance, it was a little distance from each other, so I actually went up there to her, and I went to speak to her, and I just asked her some questions about, you know, just my ticket and stuff. And she said, you know, she said it's not gonna go on your record. She said it's not gonna go on your record. And honestly, I looked at the point system about like points being taken off. If I am correct, from what I've seen, points ain't even gonna be taken off either. I just gotta pay the fine. And baby, the fine ain't even nowhere near a super speeder fine. So let's get into that as well. Like the fine, God is so good. He is so good. Like he is so good. He is so good. He is so good. We gotta ask God for things. I feel like we be scared to ask God to really show us mercy, show us favor. Like we are favored. We are his children. We are favored. We can ask God for favor. Our life should be favored, period. We have a disadvantage because we are children of God. When you think of God as your father, you think of him in another light, that he's looking out for you. He has your best interests at heart. He is still a just God, and he still has principles and precepts in order, but he can favor you in a situation because we are justified, you know. And so girl, God is so good. Like you can't tell me God not real. All I gotta do is pay the fine, and that's it. And on top of that, she gave me time to pay the fine, because I was like, you know, some of them was paying the fine. I think everybody had to pay the fine there, but you know, they want their money. So I think that most of the people had to go to the other side of the court and pay their fine. And you know, I talked to her about it, and I told her, like, look, like I'm in school, I'm trying to make it. So she was like, I'm gonna give you some time to pay your fine. And so it's just like, God is just good, because it could have been somebody that would have charged me a big old fee because I'm doing a super speeder, plus you getting points taken off. She said it was not going on the record. So it's just like, God, it's just like G-O-D, like what it do. That's what it's giving. And so I just like, y'all better come here and get you one of these. It's a relationship with God.
When I wake up, and I will sing my praise unto you, my Lord. Anointing double now. Everybody clap.
That you are good and your mercy is forever. Say who has the final say? Hey, Jehovah.